one time my grandpa went to this donut shop and they gave him free donuts, and this was during COVID. They gave him these free donuts and he's like, yeah, whatever. Well, they weren't wearing masks. So he steps outside and he calls like health department or whatever and tells on them for not wearing masks. And then like a month later they were closed, bro. He like shut down their donut shop, these poor like Chinese people. And he told me that story confidently, like he did a good thing.
Dr. Fauci, give us vaccines.
It's not that your friends need to be the same flavor as you or something. It's that people who willingly subvert their critical thinking to go along with the pack, those are people who will flip on you. They're not good allies. They're weak people, and they'll fold and they'll do some snake to you eventually, and they're not people you want around you anyway.
And I love that you said that. You need guys that will say what is true, even if it doesn't benefit them.
I was talking to some friends from back home online, and one of them had posted the all black image that was going around, like the Black Lives Matter image, the blackout day. It's just a black square. I didn't like question them like, hey, why'd you post the Black Lives? I thought you were alt-right.
I thought you were cool, man.
Yeah, man. I thought we were. Anyways, they were like, yeah, I saw everyone else doing it, and I didn't want to get like messed with. But I didn't want people to say I'm racist, and that's normal people, like average, the average 18-year-old who's coming into adulthood. Their introduction to this world is like twisted.
They're coming into adult life kneeling on their hands and knees.
Oh, already kissing feet, washing the feet of Ebony Jesus.
I invite folks to put some words to action here. And if we need to find somebody that needs to have their shoe shine, we need to just go right on over and shine their shoes. And maybe we need to give them a hug too, brother.
And some stock in Chick-fil-A.
Any expressions of a contrite heart, of a sense of humility, a sense of shame, a sense of embarrassment.
The sharing of biased and false
news has become all too common on social media. Exactly what people think.
49 Democrat Congress members post identical tweets opposing spending resolution. The people we're up against, they're not even humans. Google Glass wearing demons. They're smoke alarm people. That's what they are. That's what that is. If a notification isn't like a spike in your head, like that beep, the smoke alarm beep, that's the most annoying sound possible. If notifications don't do the same thing with you, you either need to just heavily detox yourself from your phone.
It makes sense that people would, at least see hypocrisy in the media, because I just don't blame anybody but the media. Who else is there to blame?
The thing is with the media, like imagine back 6 months ago and a year ago, if you introduce just the smallest bit of credibility and the smallest bit of, if you just dial back what's been happening a little bit, people I think will largely lapse back into their old ways of like just being comfortable and not paying attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's where we just a little tiny bit went over the threshold of like the Laffer curve, where people's comfort level is superseded by the anger at hypocrisy, I guess.
Yeah, at least people just barely motivated enough to vote.
Yeah.
Just barely.
And we knew how bad the media was, or we had an inkling that it can't be trusted. Obviously, like we didn't know the full extent of how bad it was, but we knew a year ago not to trust like mainstream media sources. I think if things scale down and quiet down, people will probably just go back to believing whatever CNN tells them.
I understand that, because chaos is good to a certain extent. It's a good motivator,
because they really do believe that Trump is Hitler, not because they're being paid.
How do you convince people that someone's Hitler? I don't understand how people could be like proselytizing that.
I think that if you sat down like one of these people who is being like really misled and explained to them the problem, and if they weren't so like mind trapped into their thinking, they would agree with you. But just bringing it up can like either isolate you or get people like it. A lot of times it's just not worth convincing people. So some people are so stuck in their ways about how they think. And if you did, say you did convince somebody that okay, you're being misled. The problem is this, not that. You're looking in the wrong place. Like, what would they do? Are they gonna vote the problem away? They're gonna
which is never gonna fucking fix anything.
No, it won't.
There was a survey that was like, do you believe that people should be locked up for trying to circumvent COVID lockdowns? That tweet that I tweeted years ago, when we win, don't forget that these people want you, your kids brainwashed, etc. That is accurate. I typed it thinking it was gonna, sound edgy. It's not edgy. That's just sort of how it is.
With all due respect, we're walking down a damn different path. We're fighting fire with fire, and we're going to punch these sons of in the mouth.
Next clip.
Left-wingers, liberals, you need to be showing your opponent's guts. Slice them and dice them.
This honestly makes me nervous for Hassan. This is opening a door that I don't think he understands and is not ready for.
I've never seen anybody say things that's blatantly violent.
The thing about cultivating a radical fan base is that you have to get progressively more and more extreme to satiate them and keep their attention.
I think there's a value to like winning people over to the side of like reason. I think wasting your time doing that to like normal people at your work you end up getting punished for that. And
that's why I don't discuss anything. I state I hate cops, I hate the government, and I hate everybody.
Which is now like the
regardless of race.
And that's now the
I'm gonna come out.
Status quo.
People throw that term Karen around, but I think there's something. It's just human nature that people get pleasure out of snitching without even the prospect of a reward. Or if you ever read about these totalitarian regimes, like the people were snitching on their neighbors. They weren't like under threat of it wasn't like North Korea where if you don't snitch, you're in trouble. They were just snitching because they like wanted to. Villainous, evil snitching.
I think
Sinister.
that the younger generations are more snitch than anything going. You can't even look cross-eyed without some kid going, hold on, let me get that on video.
You probably get your phone out and say, let me get that on video.
Nope.
One thing that's really up is that people gain status from the media that they choose. Like New York Times is a very high status thing. Like if you read the New York Times, if you walk around with an issue of the New York Times, like a paper issue, that's like an accessory.
Sophistication. It's like a watch.
Yeah, it's like to show how it's like wearing a watch around your brain. It's like wearing a gold Rolex around your cranium. That's and that's really the way people view it. They say that they want to be, and I know this because I've dealt with people in the sort of sphere like New York, social, professional, full-time New Yorker type people. They would tell you that the reporting is the best and that they want to be well informed and that the articles are really insightful and whatnot. It's really a status thing. New York Times or whatever esoteric publication.
That guy's in the know.
Yeah. It's kind of like you can imagine some anarchist with a collection of zines, and like this is Dead Smash, the zine. This one right here, this teaches you how to smash the state the best.
What real atheists are, not a person that's questioning or a person that's trying to figure stuff out. Part of what they're doing is they're revolting against hierarchy because they know that they are so ugly inside and that they belong at the bottom of the hierarchy and there's no way up for them. And so part of what they wanted, and this is a lot of like political and cultural labels that people apply to themselves. A lot of it is about just finding the shortest route to reversing the hierarchy so that they in their can be on top.
I'm an atheist.
Yeah, exactly. What's your guys' thoughts on joining, man?
I'll apply. What is it, $175 to get in? It's worth it. Just to show off.
Yeah, when I get something in the mail that tells me I'm smart, I really respond, you know? I like being recognized. I especially like being recognized by foreigners.
Yeah.
So, of course, I'm a Mensa member.
That's the place I buy cigars, FamousSmokes.com. They always start the letters off with, hey, super genius.
Do you buy a lot of cigars from them because of that?
Yeah. What world-changing thing are you going to do while sucking on our sticks?
I mean, world famous cigars, they're world famous for a reason. Elon Musk, only place he gets his cigars.
And he goes with the Gurkha Enforcer.
Yeah. There's a Gurkha Enforcer in that Tesla that he shot into space.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the cigar holder, sorry, Zach.
In the cigar holder, yeah.
Lex sad boy Friedman.
So there he is. He's got carpeted floors, everybody. That is tan carpet, okay? And then you come in here and you've got, again, an empty, there's nothing on the walls. You got a very cheap IKEA build. These are, you get them on the way out. There you go. These are free. I find this to be a psycho's life. I mean, guys, you might look around and go, I have this. You're 22. This is a guy who's 40 years old. And he's been on a show. He talks to 30 million people every 2 weeks now.
It's hard to express to somebody who doesn't already understand how living like a pig, like a spiritual pig, it's not just that it's telling, it's that it encapsulates everything about you.
When it comes to those kinds of men who are very weak-willed, they're very like the modern kind of goop guys, the ones that they're talking about in the...
You know the guys that wear like performance business wear? Like, does Under Armour make slacks? People might think I'm being facetious when I talk about these shoes. Cole Haan. But like, you'll see guys wearing these.
Oh yeah.
If these are, you might think I'm being facetious. If these are on your feet, you're a dead man, spiritually. And that's not a joke. This is not like I'm not being silly about personal style to make a point. This is a sign you have resigned yourself to be the guy in a condo drinking Soylent. So it's a good idea to squat and then not eat anything. Feels good on the body. Heavy lifting, fasting protocol.
But this in particular, like how you live, he's living in this disposable catalog, everything neutral gray.
I'd flip through catalogs and wonder, what kind of dining set defines me as a person?
Lex Friedman, oh boy, this guy tweets like he's the AI-generated ghost of every sad indie singer that ever lived. Love is all that matters. We are all alone yet together. Did he tweet, would an AI cry? He did not. He tweeted, can AI feel pain?
No, he had a conversation with Jan.
Oh, so he didn't just send a tweet that takes 15 seconds to think about. He had a conversation with somebody about it.
Since I accepted my giftedness and got it diagnosed, in quotes, I've tried a lot of things. I see a therapist regularly. Bad idea. This is stuff that's proven to make you mentally ill.
Especially the therapist bit. They always have therapists.
Talking about your feelings is probably one of the more destructive things that you can do.
Overthinking.
Classic overthinking behavior.
He's better off getting punched in the face, from what I can tell.
Eastern stuff, it's not for a Western mind. Opening up your chakras and emptying your mind to see what's going to happen. I'll empty my mind. I wonder what's going to fill it. Something not good, probably.
When someone's affect is obvious, it means that they think you're stupid or that they're stupid. And that should tell you a lot more than I think you does. It's the way he talks, it's a character, it's a deliberate like mask that he's putting on to make himself sound intellectual, neutral, authoritative, etc. It's very offensive to me. That's probably the most offensive thing about him is that and the suit with the black tie. It's a character that he's putting on to make himself seem intellectual, authoritative, neutral, in a sort of a journalist sense of the word.
I keep a journal of my moods. This is really bad stuff. Is this a woman or a guy right now? Try to go walking and be in nature more. I even send myself daily reminders if the problem is that the regular methods of all these good habits aren't tailored to someone with a really excitable mind. Yeah, it's someone else's fault. But I would like to know what you do to keep sane in a world that isn't really designed for a gifted person. Wow.
I think that's so important too, where you're like, I wonder if this is a man or woman. You used to be able to tell.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Redditor.
It's a Redditor.
The world isn't designed for a gifted person.
These guys watch too many movies where the main character is struggling, but they're gifted. They're just depressed because nihilism. Yeah. Nihilism is the reality.
They
Nothing
see
matters.
through it all, and everybody's
We're all meat. We're all sentient meat, right? That's all it is.
Did you guys read Catcher in the Rye?
Yeah.
I always hated that book.
I didn't get the appeal. I didn't understand.
Yeah.
I think I spent most of it reading on the toilet, to be honest.
Sorry, my antidepressant alarm is going off.
Do you mind if I ask which kind?
Satirical.
That sounds tense. Someone, wait, we got a woo?